I'm Eric Restivo, and let's queer up the USA View. Maryland federal court sides with trans students, a win. A federal appeals court has ruled that a Maryland school district's trans-affirming policy does not violate a Christian teacher's constitutional rights. It has reinforced protections for trans and non-binary students in classrooms. According to reporting by the Washington Post, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit upheld a lower court's decision involving former substitute teacher Kimberly Polk. Polk argued that Montgomery County Public Schools policy requiring staff to use students' chosen names and pronouns violated her First Amendment rights to free speech and religion. Polk began working with Montgomery County Public Schools in 2021 and objected to the policy on religious grounds, citing her understanding of her Christian religion and the Holy Bible. After her request for religious accommodation was denied, she stopped teaching and later sued the district. Courts ruled that as a district employee, Polk was hired to speak on behalf of the school system. Writing for the majority, Judge Robert B. King said decisions about curriculum and classroom rules belong to the elected school boards and not individual teachers. The ruling could affect similar cases across multiple states in the Fourth Circuit. Polk's attorney says they may appeal to the Supreme Court, especially as similar cases move through other federal circuits involving trans student protections and religious freedom claims. So this is, I like to say this at this table a lot, that we get small wins here. This is a big win at this table. Not every story that we're going to report on tonight is going to be as rewarding as this one, but I did notice that the Trevor Project is the organization that conducts all of these studies. And there's one that we hit a little bit later as well, but they conducted a study that they said using pronoun courtesy and just proper whatever they would like to be called, their chosen name, the pronouns that they're presenting themselves as, reduces the risk of suicide already by 35%. That's a monumental number. It's little things, little changes that you can make to save a life.
Absolutely.
And Kimberly Polk, sorry it didn't work out in your favor.
I mean, you think about when you're hired to work at an organization or anywhere, you have like a code of ethics, that understanding of what your roles are. So to go in and then say, oh, no, that goes against
my constitutional rights. Yes.
I'm a teacher, so I feel like I could really speak to this. Here in the state of Florida, unfortunately, we cannot, change pronouns for a student if they ask us to. But there are always ways to make people feel comfortable in your presence.
How do you do that? Not to put you on the spot.
How do I do that? Well,
obviously you respect the...
Yes, absolutely. Obviously, I respect my job. I respect the school district. I need my job. Thank you very much. What I do is I just make sure that people are heard. If somebody needs to speak with me, I will listen to them.
Good.
And I will always, I might not be able to visibly say, I agree with you, or, I wish I could do X, Y, or Z for you. I think they could feel it in my spirit when they know that I'm a receptive person. I hear them. Obviously, I won't break any rules. But I will spend that extra 30 seconds if a student needs to speak with me. So that's
really
what I can do.
refreshing to hear.
Yeah, thank
really
you.
Great.
Yeah.
I hope she hires Kim Davis's attorneys to work for her. But hooray for Maryland and the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit. On the other hand, boo-hoo for poor Kimberly Polk yourself in the eye. Oh, she stopped teaching? Any way we can get her to stop breathing?
Well, that was the whole thing. She was the sub too. She was like, you don't even go here, Karen.
Go find another job.
Go find another job. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing them to Queer News Tonight.